guys? Thanks so much for clicking on my channel. We're all smiles over here. I am Will Sanja. It's like asking a question. Will Sanja help you keep your smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm going to try not to keep it long, but y'all already know if it gets good, I'm going to keep on talking. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to go. The nugget today is override. Don't you know you can override the enemy? How do you do that? Hearken unto God's voice. Keep his commandments. Keep your seek on fleet. And most importantly is keep God's word on the table of your heart. And when you do that, you make God your habitation. What did God say about that? In Psalms 91, he said, because you have made him your habitation, that where no evil shall befall you and no plague will come nigh your dwelling. And what else did God say when you trust and fear him? He said that where the angels will encamp all around you. So when you stay plugged into God, into his system, you have created an entourage, right? You walk with an entourage, which means that what? You are protected all the way around with God and his angels. Therefore, the enemy cannot breach at all. The enemy will be trying to find a way to get in, and you'll be like, nope, nowhere in. You can try to go under, you can try to go around, you can try to go over, but you will not find a breach here, enemy. You will not, because you know the enemy is plotting and planning with his agreements and his covenants for your life that's contrary to God. He wants them to come to your life like poverty, like sickness. He wants to destroy your marriage. He wants things to come upon your kids and all this other stuff. But when you stay plugged into God, there's no way he can breach. There's no way. Why? Because you have control. Now you can override, all because you're in the system. God is your habitation. Y'all, this morning I got in the car and my daughter Ashley gave me this golden nugget. She didn't know she gave it to me, but she did. See, last night my husband went and got gas for the car, and I always ride with him when he does it, right? And so my husband asked me, he said, hey babe, have you put your phone in the system in your car yet? I said, no, I just Bluetooth, that's fine with me. He said, you sure? I said, yeah, I'm sure. I don't mind just hitting Bluetooth and I'm good to go. And so when we got home, my daughter heard us talking about it. And she said, hey, put me in the system. I want to be in the system. Now, let me tell y'all this before. Normally what would happen when my daughter and I would be riding, driving or whatever, I would have my phone Bluetooth to my system in the car, listening to my playlist, okay? And then when she don't want to listen to my playlist, she'll sneakily press Bluetooth on her phone, and it will kick me off, and then she can play, okay? Well, because of last night, I decided not to get in the system, and she did. This morning when I get in the car and she listened to her playlist, my Bluetooth trying to kick in. You know what happened? She overrode it. She looked at that system on the screen and said, Mama, your Bluetooth is trying to connect. And normally my Bluetooth would connect, but it wouldn't this time. And she said, how was that? And she started laughing. She said, oh, I forgot. I'm in the system. Therefore what? No matter how much I hit Bluetooth on my phone to try to get it to connect to my car, it wouldn't do it. Why? Because it only obeyed the one that was in the system. And that's what I'm telling you. When you're in God's system, then what? The enemy will have to obey you, what you say. And what you're saying is what God says. And what God says is his word. So when you say, no evil shall befall me, the enemy can't come. Why? Because you said, ain't no evil coming over here. You said, ain't no coronavirus coming over here. The enemy have to look and say, no, corona ain't coming over here. Therefore what? Corona can't come. No poverty. None of that. Because you're in the system. When you're in the system plugged into God, then what you say is God's word. Therefore, the enemy has to obey it. You have created a protection all around you. You're in God's habitation. Therefore, you can do what? Override. Override the enemy. Stay plugged into God today. Keep your seek on fleet. Hearken unto God's voice. Keep his commandments. And most importantly, like I said, keep his word on the table of your heart, and you'll see the enemy will not be able to breach you with that nonsense that he's plotting and planning for your life. You will always stay in the promises and in the will of God when you stay plugged into the system. Therefore, you'll do what? You will be able to what? Override. Y'all get it, got it good? I hope so. But if you didn't, rewind this thing and watch again. But in the meantime, in between time, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever have the masculine smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. Be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.